In 2011, the Glee Project was a competition reality show that followed a group of musically talented young people who had to push themselves every week to nail their performances in order to win a supporting role on Glee, the hit show that followed a group of musically talented young people who every week had to push themselves to normalize the inappropriate relationships they had with their teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, internship supervisors, adoptive parents, step-parents of their best friends, and any other adult who had access to them. The choir director, Mr. Schuster, would be like, you kids can talk to me about anything, as long as that conversation ends with a prolonged, meaningful embrace. Why are you always hugging intergenerationally? That's not good. And the Glee Project somehow manages to perfectly recreate all of that discomfort, taking a cue from the fictional show's fun music, questionable circumstances, and prison cell block quality personal boundaries, and turns all of those things into a terrifying part of reality for several lucky teenagers and 20-somethings. Since it involved many of the actual producers and actors from Glee, the Glee Project immerses its contestants in a familiar combination of perfectly styled hair, impromptu pop music performances, and layer upon layer of solid color outerwear and accessories that scream to the audience, I'm a teenager, for real. Or more accurately, I'm in my early 20s dressed as an adult's idea of teenagers, like the decoy actors used to catch online predators in sting operations. I'm home all alone. Can you bring over some wine coolers? Now that's inappropriate. So start finding ways to stop fitting in, because only nerds, losers, and gay tenors can join this show choir in today's 7-episode character arc winning installment of Clip Breakdown. Hello television viewers, my name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel for another installment of Clip Breakdown. This is the playlist where we dive into our favorite movies, TV movies, and other such content here on the web, and we break it into pieces like a 2-season series that everybody liked, but now they think is stupid. In the name of our Lord we pray, so that we can look at each individual mishigosh and mishap and determine if it was worthy of the 2010s reality TV blogosphere, or if we were all just deluding ourselves with a TV show that wasn't actually that good. But before we get into it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That way you never miss new videos from me. Also, I've got merch and a Patreon, and I've got this ring that looks like a smiley face right now. Check out the holographic sticker coming soon to my merch shop. Anyway, you guys, I liked Glee. I think I watched every single episode of Glee, not when it was on. I watched the first season while it was on, like airing, and the rest of it I watched during a depressive episode when I was 23, so God bless. But I was deeply entrenched in my collegiate alcoholism when this show, The Glee Project, came on in 2011, and it ran for 2 seasons. And at the time I was like, oh yeah, it's that age-old kind of storyline of like, I need to find new cast members, so we're gonna have a reality show that helps promote the show while I also make like more content out of the casting process of the show. Very meta. Also a little scandalous, since Glee was a Fox show, but The Glee Project was bought by Oxygen, which was an NBC Universal station. So there must have been some real licensing battles happening there between the creators of the show and the distributors. The show was created by Ryan Murphy of American Horror Story fame. You probably know how I feel about Ryan Murphy if you saw my video on American Horror Story, the Kim Kardashian season, to which I still get yelled at on TikTok for having an opinion about. It's like, now I feel even more strongly that she sucks. So eat a dick, Ryan Murphy, and your whole friend group of celebrities. Oh, you know f***ing Oprah? Good, I hope you guys have a great time on Ozempic together. I don't know. The point is, I think Ryan Murphy is overrated as a showrunner. A lot of his shows feel pandering and overly dependent on pop culture references and trends that feel outdated by the time the show actually airs. And we've since heard pretty upsetting stories from the cast members of Glee who are like, oh, you always knew who Ryan was mad at that week because they would have some other character launch like a tirade against them, making really personal comments about their physical appearance. So basically insulting that actor's looks and hiding it behind the script that he wrote. It's like, wow, that's a little passive aggressive, don't you think there, Ryan Murph? But we're not gonna get that side of him today, okay? We're just here to hear how he is the father of Glee, a show that at this time in 2011 was truly beloved by the whole country. Like, this was a national craze. But as he points out, you can't have kids in high school forever. I don't know why it took him 4 seasons to realize that, but
anyway, things are going really well, and then one of its creators, Ryan Murphy, came to a realization. audition.
Kids that started out with the show will be graduating very soon, so we need new blood, we need new kids, we need new talent.
Okay, everybody, you heard him. Ryan Murphy craves more child blood, and it must be drained from younger and more talented specimen than ever before, so that he can absorb all of the precious youth and talent from the blood when he drinks it. Parents, oi, parents, bring out ye children. Give us your blood offerings. The TV man won't him. Sacrifice your gay freshman blood farms. Your gender fluid kids who can sing. Your promiscuous preteen theater girlies so that Mister can splay them open and drink their insides. He's gonna drink all the blood sauce out the skin bags, he is. But guessy what? They may just gotta walk on roll on a tally show. I'm sorry, excuse me. Sometimes I slip into my natural speaking voice when I've been huffing floor cleaner. Over 40,000 kids auditioned to be a contestant on the Glee Project. That's how much everyone wanted to be on this show. I have two minds about this. Like, it's kind of a waste of time, right? Like, to cast a nobody out of 40,000 nobodies, it takes a lot more research and resources than going through a casting department where everybody is represented by an agent and therefore has established to somebody in the television industry that they are worth putting forward for auditions. Like, there's a higher barrier of entry. But to say like, oh no, we'll just have anyone with textured skin and a forehead problem come on down to the Civic Center and we'll look at you, see if you're good enough to be on TV. Like, they're not. But that's why I also feel like a lot of these things, when you're casting from nobodies, so to speak, Ryan Murphy knows from 2 seconds when the person walks in if they're gonna be on the show or not. He's like, nope, glasses, nope, curly hair. It's never gonna be like, oh, they opened their voice to sing and I suddenly knew. It's like, they have to have a certain level of TV ready looks to be even considered, right? I'm just being realistic. Especially looking at the show Glee, where it's like every kid, even the like ugly kids are like, you could have been in an Abercrombie and Fitch kids catalog like 2 months ago. So what are you talking about? Whatever. I also don't know if they shot this show on the same soundstage that Glee was shot. It seems like the same set, but it could have just been like a high school that they painted to look kind of similar. But I kind of feel like it was shot on the set in between seasons of Glee because they have a lot of the cast and crew joining the show, including a mystery judge every week.
We're going to meet our guest judge for the week.
Oh my god, it's Darren Criss without a makeup artist, and he's carrying a cup of red sludge, looking like a doofus. Why did we all dress like this in 2011? Like, my favorite outfit back then was unstyled hair and a cardigan from Target. It made all of us look like 10-year-olds who learned how to dress when we were living at our grandparents' house. Like, nice bifocals, Nicholas, but let's try dressing like our mom still has custody. And I'm sorry, they do this slushy thing every episode where it's like the secret contestant just brings in a slushie, and the slushie is the weirdest and least memorable aspect of Glee for them to extrapolate on and drill us with in the branding, referring to like how the bullies throw slushies in the faces of the losers in certain episodes. Like, it doesn't feel realistic because high sugar processed foods were already banned in public schools by that year, and also because the speed with which I would have someone arrested for assault if they threw anything in my face at school, it would make their head spin. This was the age of litigious teenagers. But on Glee, the only teacher who ever saw it happen was Mr. Schuster. And he would be like, hey, football players, no hate criming in the hallways. Anyway, Glee Club, come on inside. Today's rehearsal is all about hugging me at an angle where I can press the front of my pants firmly against you. Hot girls, we'll start with you, so line up. Typical to Glee format, the first part, the first act is like the song or the theme of the episode being introduced, and then all of the kids standing up on their stupid risers in a stupid group song, and everyone magically knows what line they've been given and has wonderful choreography just instilled into their head, Deus Ex Machina style. And they carry that through with the Glee Project. They all have to start singing this song. It's like their homework assignment was learning and then recording a song that we don't see on camera that they sing for the group in this thing, and it helps determine like who gets the advantage for the rest of the episode. I can't help but notice that this is all, like in Glee, set up to look like the kids are singing live and doing this impromptu, but these are clearly studio recorded vocals that they did off camera, and now we're just supposed to be like, cool, so the kids are literally just sitting on these risers acting it out for us, and everything is predetermined by the judges, like, as to who wins.
Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Oh, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. Oh, yeah. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Remember, choir kids, for this challenge, it's important that all of you stand out from the crowd. So what about if you all sing some variation of the same line, followed by your most fearsome guttural war cry? They all said, signed, sealed, delivered. I I mean, the girl in the middle sounded great, loved her. I'm not as convinced by the guy who looks a little like the lead singer of Weezer, but sounds like a wheezier version of Little Richard. Oh, that did not help me. But at least these three got substantial lines to sing. Some of the kids got really shafted when they were doling out solos.
Seen a lot of things in this old world.
When I touched them, they did nothing, girl.
Okay, they give you 7 words and 1 bar of music, but sure, I guess just say it like that, who cares? They ain't nothing, girl. That's Damien, he's Irish. Watching this puts a bad taste in my mouth. It's like there's a horribly flavored air in the atmosphere, and I'm all about good tasting flavored air. Did you know that that's a thing? Flavored air is a new category that's quickly becoming the leading alternative to vaping and smoking. It's a whole new movement towards better habits. I've had bad habits in the past, but thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Fume, I'm on the forefront of this new movement myself, baby. Healthier Habits 2024. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that draws this flavor into your mouth, helping you fill that void that can be left when leaving a bad habit in the dust. You still have something to reach for, and it's heavy, it's weighted, and it clicks. I love this like just as a fidget object. Fume is not a vape, so you can use it anywhere, and it's not addictive. There's no nicotine, just non-toxic flavors so that you can have a guilt-free oral satisfaction. There's no batteries, and it looks awesome. Like, this is a high quality design. And again, the clicking. Flavored air is not like vaping. If you think of vapor as a soda, then flavored air would be more like a light herbal tea. There are so many delicious flavors to choose from. Crisp mint, orange vanilla. I'm so excited about raspberry lemonade, white cranberry. I'm doing this raspberry lemonade one now because I just finished my mint chip one. You can satisfy your oral fixation through this passive diffusion system. No electronics, no combustion. That smells so good. Let's taste test this. There are multiple cores in here. As you can see, it's like a roll of flavor. You just load it into your Fume, which is so beautifully packaged, by the way. They really make you feel good about starting new, healthier habit. It's like a reward, a little treat for yourself for doing something good. Let's try this. Ooh, it's not overly sweet or artificial, but you definitely get a lovely flavor both when you're inhaling and exhaling, and I love this raspberry lemonade one. Perfect for summer. Plus, I even have this cool weighted stand. Look at that. Magnetic. Now I'm fancy, and you've seen how fancy I am. Fume has over 150,000 customers, and you can be the next success story that they create. For a limited time, use my code DiRamio for 10% off your journey path. Head to tryfume.com, that's tryfum.com, and use code DiRamio or scan the QR code on the screen to save 10% off your order today. Thank you, Fume, for sponsoring today's video and keeping my mouth happy. Orally satisfied. Okay. Spoiler alert, they don't just have one winner of the show. Like, yes, they all are like fighting to have a 7-episode character arc on the show, but in reality, I think there was 3 people from this season who end up on the show Glee. So clearly Ryan Murphy was not like following that rule to the max. He was like, if they can carry a tune and don't act like idiots when the camera rolls, then we're gonna put them on eventually. We've got 7 more seasons of this. I don't know how many seasons Glee ran, 6 I think, but by the end they were really dragging ass with those plot lines. So they needed to really fill out the cast. It kind of split up where like the original cast from these first few seasons was in college in New York, and then the kids back at the school were like also there. So these kids all kind of filled out those casts, including Damien, the kid with dreadlocks, and Alex, who is a cisgender gay man who plays a transgender woman on the show, which I don't think they would do today. However, the people we never really see again are the ones that I like. Like, I really loved Ellis, 18. Her whole thing is that she looks very young, but she's actually, you know, got a very mature voice and she's an adult. So that's great for television. Put that on the air. They didn't though. Oh, there's also Lindsay. She is kind of like the Rachel Berry, played by Leah Michele. Not the role you want to have, by the way, but she definitely fills that like self-confident, talented girl who knows she's got it all type of role in this. And she's very excited about the song that they get to do their music video to. Every week they do a music video. The winner of this challenge, who was Mateo, I think his name was, he gets a special little moment, but they shoot a Glee-inspired music video to another song that follows the theme of the week. This week it's individuality, and the song is...
You guys are going to be doing my girl Katy Perry's Firework.
Amazing choice. It's definitely kind of like a fist in the air kind of anthem for people like me.
She said, "This is a protest song for minorities like myself. Katy Perry wrote this for girls who are brunette but have blue eyes because like nobody believes this is my natural hair color. I mean, it clearly isn't, but that doesn't mean people have to bully me like I'm some sort of girly boy or fatty. You call this a fist in the air anthem? Girl, you sound like the only fist you've ever had in the air is when you're threatening a housekeeper." But this was the main concept when casting the Glee Project, and I guess Glee itself. It revolved around kids who, in the show's world, were considered losers or outcasts, or they were bullied, despite most of them being conventionally attractive and TV thin, with perfect skin, hair, lash extensions, and a wardrobe stylist. Meanwhile, by season 2, the internet was flooded with audition tapes for the Glee Project, featuring all of the kids who were actually bullied at school that never made it onto the show. But now it's their time to shine. So take it away, all you horse girls and people who took piano lessons. Hit it, uggos.
Music is my #1 passion in life. More than my friends, more than my family, more than a relationship with a higher power or
Out here on my own.
There ain't a reason you and me should be alone tonight, yeah, baby.
Not a zota-do-do-do-do-do-do. The 2010s were like the height of the quirky girl who learned to play ukulele, which kind of makes sense because that seems to be around the year that Colleen Ballinger formed her personality and also cemented her mental age into place forever. Also, shout out to the girl who said she loved singing in a choir more than she loved God. That's as close to being born for show business as a person can get without already having parents who are in show business. She said, "If you put me on TV to sing a song by Neon Trees, I will renounce my higher power. God is dead. There is only singing the alto part. Oh, oh, I want some more. Oh, oh, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Take a bite of my heart tonight." So the kids all have to learn the choreography to the dance, obviously, which to me, I've always wondered in Glee, like, how do they learn all of this and record the songs? And it turns out they do it by being stressed out and pushed to the limit of their mental capacity. They have like an hour to record these songs and like an hour to learn these dances. I would be like, you know what? Fuck this whole fucking show. There's no union rate on earth that would make this acceptable to me. I need 3 months and a Kit Kat bar and 3 naps before tech week. Like, I'm community theater, okay? And I would have none of this rough and gruff choreographer. Like, don't talk to me this way.
I can't treat you like 3-year-olds. That's it. Like, I just can't. Like, you need to understand we have to get this done. I know that it's like, oh, fun, look at me, but it's not helping us at all.
Everyone is like, guys, I'm starting to worry that our choreographer might be heterosexual. He's yelling at us like someone who had a stronger parental bond with their dad. Well, don't worry, kids. If you make it through the competition and get on the show, you'll only have to see him for like 60 to 70 stress-filled hours every week. Also, the production will not be paying for your SAG card, so make sure you bring $3,000 on your first day of work, okay? My favorite part of the show was always watching them record the songs because I loved hearing the raw vocals and then hearing the magic that they worked on them with auto-tune in post-production. Some needing it more than others, some just needing to auto-tune their attitude, Lindsay.
Come on, show 'em what
That was a good come on.
you're worth.
I'm a classically trained soprano. I have one of the best voices here. That's why I'm like nailing it.
Damn, Lindsay, they're just burying you in this editing room. Why did you say so many different things about separate topics on disparate days that they could so easily take out of context and string together to make you seem like you were the mean girl? That's why when I'm on camera, I never say anything that could be seen as disparaging. Let's try dressing like our mom still has custody, like I'm some sort of girly boy or fatty. Hit it, uggos. Also, based on the feedback from this vocal producer, it seems like my theory is correct that the trick to recording a song for Glee is just being extra expressive, and the trick to being extra expressive is just changing volumes rapidly and grunting unnecessarily, like having sex with Hagrid after he puts in his earplugs. Lindsay said, "Come on, show 'em what you're worth." And they're like, boom, she gets a Golden Globe and vocal nodules, which we love. Not everybody is able to get to that grunty musical spot in the recording session, however. I feel pretty bad for this one girl who just seems like her nerves get the better of her and she's not able to hit all the notes. But I mean, that's not strictly required for this project.
Ignite the light and let it shine.
I think we can work with that.
okay.
Did it sound good? No. Did you hit all the notes? Almost, and sometimes, but there was definitely enough raw audio signal for our computer guys to bend it into something commercially viable. Did you see when we had Gwyneth Paltrow on season 2? She was out there singing CeeLo Green, sounding like Mrs. Pac-Man, and she still won a Primetime Emmy.
I see you driving around town. I guess the change in my pocket. Still you.
played that clip in my kitchen and the blender was like, "Mother is mothering, I fear." So it's finally time to record the music video. Again, this is one of my favorite parts of the show because it's like, ooh, they're on set recording a whole thing. I think it's my favorite aspect of the show. It's not like some fictional environment. They're really being put on screen tests, basically, to see if they can handle working on the TV show. And some of them take to the camera like a fish to water. Some of them don't seem to understand about a thing or two about set hierarchy. I'm talking to you, Bryce. He's supposed to be like the heartthrob, the Puck Finn of the show without the getting arrested and killing themselves thing.
Then you'll just come in, push her, you'll be like, screw you, and walk out.
Sorry, what does that have to do with my character, though?
I think it has to do with the shut the f up or Ryan Murphy will blacklist you from Hollywood part, you know? What does that have to do with my character? You barely have a personality in real life. Don't go worrying about that. So the kids all pull it together. Some shine more than others, you can tell right off the bat, but let's take a look and see how it comes together for the big group part of the number. Well, they did it. They really did make me go, We have some interesting takes on the singography here. We got someone doing the string bean stomp around to the dancing baby screensaver. I wouldn't know who to pick as a winner. A lot of this, like, okay, Jabberwockies. Ultimately, they pick my favorite Ellis, as well as Bryce and Damien, who failed to shine in any of the challenges, to do their last chance performance where they have to get on stage, sing for Ryan Murphy and the other producers, and basically show them why they need to stay for one final callback. I think that bothers me on this show is like a lot of the lower singers, they sing everything down, not just an octave, but they like change the melody. Like the Weezer kid, when he was singing Firework, he goes, "Just own the night like the 4th of July." I was like, ew, don't sing it like that. And then we have Damien here singing Jesse's Girl, and it's like the vocal coach clearly came in and was like, "Don't worry, if you can't hit the notes, we'll modify it for you." And he was like, "Modify the melody? How about the lyrics too? Fundamentally changing the meaning of the song."
You know, I wish I was Jesse's girl. I wish that I was Jesse's girl. I wish I was Jesse's girl.
Oh, ending on a falsetto high note. Groundbreaking. Haven't seen that from everyone in the cast yet. The judges are laughing here because Damien is singing "I wish I was Jesse's girl" instead of "I wish I had Jesse's girl." But that's not funny. It's actually a very common mistake and it actually makes the song more relatable. That's how I would have sang it because yes, I have a best friend named Jesse. And yes, I do wish I had a vagina so he could f it. Anyway, that still makes more sense than the way Bryce messes up his lyrics.
Oh, her eyes make the stars sound like they're not shining.
Makes the stars sound like they're not shining? Oh, what? You sound crazy right now. That means, Damien, you win. We did it. Quick, someone get Jesse in here for our vagina f***ings. Oh wait, I mean, I guess you get to advance to the next episode now. I'm so happy for you. No, you guys go ahead. I'll catch up. I wish that I was Jesse's girl. And then the lights fade to black because we're in a theater right now. What can I find a woman like that? And that's all we had to Jesse vagina watch today with this episode of the Glee Project. Did you watch this show growing up? Also, let me know if I should cover season 2, which I remember they get a wheelchair kid in it, for example. So, you know, something fun and different for them. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts and opinions. Also, give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see me cover even more 2010s pop culture and competition reality shows like this. What season did you fall off from watching Glee? I would love to hear it. But most importantly, I would love if you could click that subscribe button right over here. That way you never miss new videos from me. Turn on notifications so you'll always be the first to know when I'm coming down the pipe, messing up the lyrics and singing about Jesse's girl. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you so much for doing with me today. I will see you next time. Mwah!